Most Bitcoin holders are still thinking too small. They are focused on whether Bitcoin moves from 77,000 to 80,000 this week. But the real story might be what is happening underneath the surface. Because while Bitcoin keeps fluctuating around the upper 70,000 range right now, Washington is quietly moving closer towards something the crypto industry has wanted for years: actual regulatory clarity. And honestly, if you are a long-term Bitcoin holder, this could matter far more than the short-term price action everybody keeps obsessing over. The Clarity Act just advanced through the Senate Banking Committee with bipartisan support, which is a major step forward for crypto regulation in the United States. Now, why does this matter specifically for Bitcoin holders? Because one of the biggest things holding Bitcoin back over the years has not been demand, it has been uncertainty. Large institutions, banks, corporations, and traditional finance firms have all wanted clearer rules before committing fully to crypto infrastructure. And this bill is designed to create exactly that. The Clarity Act aims to establish clearer distinctions between digital commodities and securities while dividing oversight responsibilities between regulators like the SEC and CFTC. And honestly, for Bitcoin specifically, this is extremely important, because Bitcoin is already widely viewed as the safest regulatory bet in crypto. It is decentralized, it is treated differently from most altcoins, and if regulatory structure finally becomes clearer in the US, Bitcoin is probably one of the biggest beneficiaries. That is part of why the market reacted so quickly to the news. Bitcoin recently pushed above $81,000 during peak optimism surrounding the bill, before pulling back again as volatility continued. And even though price has fluctuated back toward the upper 70,000 range again, the bigger shift here is psychological. The market is starting to believe that the United States may finally stop fighting crypto and start integrating it. That changes everything, because institutions do not care about memes or hype. They care about legal certainty, they care about custody rules, they care about compliance, and most importantly, they care about whether Bitcoin can exist inside traditional financial systems without constant regulatory chaos hanging over the market. That is why I think many people are underestimating how important this moment could become over the next few years. Now, does this mean Bitcoin instantly explodes to new all-time highs tomorrow? No. People need to stay realistic. There are still political disagreements happening around stablecoins, crypto rewards, anti-money laundering rules, and broader market oversight. The bill still needs to pass additional stages before becoming law. But what matters is the direction. And the direction right now looks very different from the regulation by enforcement environment crypto has dealt with for years. Now, another thing I think Bitcoin holders should pay attention to is how this changes long-term adoption narratives. Because if institutions finally get comfortable operating inside crypto legally, the conversation around Bitcoin starts evolving. Bitcoin stops looking like a risky outsider asset and starts looking more like permanent financial infrastructure. That transition could end up becoming one of the biggest macro shifts in modern finance. And honestly, I think we are already seeing early signs of it. ETF inflows have stayed strong. Corporate Bitcoin accumulation continues. And now, lawmakers are openly discussing frameworks instead of simply attacking the industry. That is a major difference from where things were even a couple years ago. Now, at the same time, as Bitcoin adoption and infrastructure narratives grow, projects connected to Bitcoin scalability and usability are naturally getting more attention too. That is part of why Bitcoin hyper has started showing up across major crypto publications recently. Not financial advice, but Bitcoin hyper is currently priced around 0.01368 and has been featured across CoinMarketCap, 99 Bitcoins, Bitcoin Magazine, and other major crypto outlets. The project focuses on Bitcoin scalability and usability, which becomes a much bigger conversation if Bitcoin continues evolving into institutional-grade infrastructure long-term. And honestly, if you're exploring newer crypto ecosystems or pre-sales, using a secure crypto wallet matters a lot more than people realize. That is why many users prefer tools like the Best Wallet app, especially for managing assets across multiple ecosystems and moving quickly when narratives shift fast. Because in crypto, flexibility matters, so bringing it all together, the Clarity Act is not just another political headline. For Bitcoin holders, this could represent the beginning of a much larger transition from uncertainty toward integration. And if that trend continues over the next few years, Bitcoin may end up becoming far more embedded into the global financial system than most people currently expect.